and welcome. Today's flow, I'll be breaking down sun salutations. You might want to have 2 blocks handy, and we'll be on our knees for our warm-up, so a blanket or a towel to support your knees might feel nice as well. It's totally up to you what you would like to do. We'll also start with a couple deep breaths with an oil. Today I'm using a line from doTERRA. It's from their yoga collection. Any oil that you have will do. No oils, of course, is fine as well. Just a nice way to center, and this is actually their centering blend, and get ready for practice. Arrive to being on the mat and in your space. So we'll just take a nice deep breath in. Hold the breath, and then breathe out. 2 more, deep breath in. Hold and breathe out. And last one. So we're going to start today in tabletop. So again, towel, blanket for your knees. And we'll set it up so that our wrists and our shoulders are in alignment, as well as our knees and our hips. And just making sure as you look down that the knees aren't too wide, they're just right down straight from that thigh bone. Spread those fingers nice and wide apart, and just rock forward and back a couple times here. Just feeling the wrist out. Turn those fingertips out if that feels okay. Rocking side to side. Maybe turning the fingertips back to face your knees. Just feeling out. Half circles, full circles, forward and back. You can't, whatever feels good, you can't do it wrong. And then we'll bring those hands back to center. Fingertips spread nice and wide. It's like your suction cup. You have those suction cup frog hands. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, and then pull the belly button up. Feels like something's going to poke you in the belly. Look down at your mat. Nice long neck here. So very active. Take your elbows out just a little bit, and then you're going to clip them back and extend. So now you'll feel the core active as well as the arms super active. As you breathe in, you're going to drop the belly and look up, and then we'll tuck the tail. Exhale, really drop the crown of the head. Breathing in into cow, tuck the tail, exhale, cat. And just keep flowing here on your breath. We'll just do a couple more rounds. Just saying hello to the body here. Starting to scan the body, how you're feeling from the top of the head to the tip of your toe. It's just a noticing. Coming back to center. We're going to push the hips towards the heels and then start to lengthen the arms any amount. So lower back can be, like mine's really tight right now. So I'm doing, in a modified child's pose here. You can extend all the way out if you want. And we're just going to come back into table. So we're just going to move dynamically from table to child's pose. And you can pick if you want those knees to be closer together or big toes together, knees apart. And I'm going to go big toes together, knees apart for a couple, and then the other way, just to create some balance. So as you breathe out, you're just pushing back, breathing in, coming back to table. Try to keep that belly lifted. I'll just do a couple the other way. And if you're going slower or faster than me, that is totally fine. Remember, this is your practice and I can't see you. And one more. And we'll hold in this child's pose. So if you want to grab blocks to support you, you can modify however you would like. You can even flip onto your back and pull the knees into the chest. And just focusing on the breath here, arriving in the 4 corners of your mat. Shifting into, this is your time here to breathe and explore and do what you need to do for you. So the to-do list, everything else goes into a little drawer. We shut that drawer for the rest of practice. And then we're just going to come back up to our tabletop posture. And pick an arm, doesn't matter what arm because we're going to do both. And you're going to extend that arm straight up overhead and then just bring it back all the way. So it's coming all the way forward and all the way back, all the way forward. This time, maybe as you come back, you're going to flip your palm up, bend at the elbow, and see where you can touch on your back there. So a little shoulder rainbow up, just to the hip, straight back, or bend. 2 more. And you're just breathing naturally here, breathing in and out. And then you'll come back to tabletop. Maybe just shift forward and back a little bit, side to side. And we'll do that other side. So when you're in table, don't forget you're kind of clipping those wings, pulling those navels up, belly tight. And we'll lift that opposite arm out and then all the way back just to the hip for 2 times before we add on. So nice big shoulder rainbow. And remember, if that feels good, hang out right there. If you want to try bending the elbow and tapping the back, you can add that on. And remember, if you're going slower or faster than me, it's totally fine. Breathing in and out. And we'll do 2 more. And last one. And then you'll just come back to table and you can rock a little side to side here. Stacking up through that table again, curl your toes, and then we're gonna lift our knees up just for 1 tiny second and back down. Now we're gonna try to do it for 2 tiny seconds. Ready? Lift and down. Just a tiny lift. 2 more. Lift and down. 1 more. This is bear. Coming up into our bear pose and down, and then we'll push back to child's pose. Give those wrists a break. The child set works best for you. And then coming back up to center. So we're going to do 1 more little cycle, and then we'll kind of put these 3 all together. So pick a leg, and you're just going to bring that leg straight back, and your toes are on the mat. You just rock so you can feel your calf and your Achilles start to stretch. Keep the belly lifted. And then you're going to find your nice little neutral spine here, right in the middle. And then you're going to lift that foot up. And if you can, look down, see if your toes are pointing straight down. We want them to be pointing straight down, hips straight down. And you can stay right here. Or you're going to lift that opposite arm, thumbs up, 7 up, looking down at your mat for bird dog. Holding for 3, 4, 2, and 1. And drop that down. We'll go to the opposite side. So pushing that leg back, curling the toes, and then rocking forward and back a couple of times here. And then finding your nice neutral base. Lifting that leg up, look down. Yep, toes, hips facing the ground. And then if I feel good, opposite arm, thumbs up, 7 up. Hold and breathe for 3. Look at your mat for 2. And 1, and drop it down. And we're going to push back into child's pose. Deep breath in and out. And then come back to your nice tabletop. Stack everything up. Clip, pull that belly in. As you breathe in, drop the belly, look up, tuck the tail, exhale, drop the crown of the head. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out, and drop. Pick an arm, lift it straight out, shoulder rainbow your way. All the way forward, all the way back. 2 more. All the way forward, all the way back. Last one. Keep breathing that breath in and out. Lower that hand, tuck your toes, lift the knees into bear for 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. Opposite arm, straight out, and shoulder rainbow. Breathe the breath. Here's 3 more shoulder rainbows, and back. Here's 2, and last shoulder rainbow. Beautiful job. Keep looking down at your mat. Arm comes down, tuck the toes, lift the knees in bear for 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, and release that down. Pick a leg, stick that leg back, and then lift up. Hips are down, toes, yep, looking good. Maybe lift that opposite arm. Breathe in and out. As you breathe in, can you lift higher and longer? And then drop it down. Opposite side for bird dog, so foot back. Check it out. Opposite arm if you'd like. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale, lift up higher, longer. Exhale, lower down. Walk the hands forward a bit for me. Keep that little froggy grip. Suction, cup those hands, curl the toes. Lift the booty up and back into your upside down triangle, downward dog. Hips super high, knees super bent. The feet are parallel on railroad tracks in alignment with your hips. It might feel better too to do a wider stance, especially still warming up, and you're just moving it out. Come in and out of down dog as you need. So back into tabletop, back up into dog. We're going to be here for several breaths to explore and build some strength. So 4 more breaths. You can do it. And 3. And 2. And 1. Lift up onto your tippy toes. Drop to your knees. Big toes together, knees apart. Child's pose. Breathing in through the nose. Open the mouth and fog a mirror. Breathing in through the nose. Fog the mirror. In through the nose, keep the mouth closed and fog the mirror. Breathing in. Exhale, fog the mirror. Ujjayi pranayama. Breathing in and out. If you can, see if you can feel like you're dragging the breath along the back of your throat as you inhale, so you'll also feel some ocean sounding waves as you breathe in and out. And if you only feel it on the exhale, it's okay. So we're Ujjayi pranayama. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. 1 more. And then we'll come back to our tabletop. Walk your hands forward. Nice spread fingers, suction cup. Take those elbows out a little bit, clip your wings, pull your belly button up, curl your toes, breathing in, breathe out. It's just like you're fogging a mirror still, downward dog. So we're going to try to keep that breath throughout practice today. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, walk your hands back to your feet. Keep your feet parallel, hip width apart or wider. Drop the crown of the head. Catch opposite elbows. And relax. Excuse me. Couple more breaths here. And you're gonna roll up the spine super slow, coming to standing. And then we'll come to the tops of our mat. And you might want to have blocks handy here at the top. Excuse me, y'all. Got a little frog in my throat. And then we'll start in mountain pose. So that might feel better with big toes together and heels separate, or a nice parallel hip width stance. So you get to pick. Pull that belly button in. And it feels like you're zipping through, trying to pull the mat apart with your legs. I call that engaging. Roll those shoulder blades into your back pocket, spread your palms, and lift the crown of the head. So we're really active even though we're just standing here. Finding a focal point that's not moving our drishti. Breathing that ocean sounding breath. On your next breath in, lift the arms up, maybe look up. Exhale the hands to the heart center. All the way down the hands go, breathe in. Hands come together, exhale, heart center. 2 more, breathing in. Breathing out. Last one. Exhale, hands to heart center, maybe close the eyes. And perhaps setting an intention for your practice today. And that could be a lot of things. It could be, to keep with the breath. And if I lose the breath, to know it's okay to go into child's pose or rest. Could be to be more adventurous, try something new. It can be to listen to your body. So many things. Usually whatever the first thing that popped in is a good indicator. So blink the eyes open. As we breathe in, we'll lift those arms up. As we breathe out, we're forward folding. So you're pushing the hips back, bend the knees, hands come to thighs, then the shins, maybe the blocks or the floor. Knees are super, super bent, and we're relaxing that head. So here in a forward fold, saying hello to those hamstrings, the back side of the body. And then hands to thighs or shin. Inhale, we're going to lengthen the back out. And knees still are bent as much as you need. And again, the hands can be on thighs or shins. You want to feel like, I always think about like I have a little hair on your head. And I'm just pulling you so that you're a nice long spine from your tailbone to the top of your head. And you're engaging those legs, so it's like you're trying to pull that mat apart still, and the belly button's up tight. Breathe in, and as you breathe out that ocean sounding breath, fold forward. Keep those knees super bent. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathe in, half lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, half lift. Breathing forward, fold, Uttanasana. 2 more, breathing in and lengthen. Breathing out, maybe the legs start to lengthen a little bit more. That's just a perhaps. Last one, breathe in, engage those legs, engage that core. Exhale, and then we'll roll up, nice and slow. Tuck everything back. I'm just rolling those shoulders out. Roll the neck, shake it out. And then we're just going to add on a little bit. Oh my, Luna. Hello. I don't know if she jumped up and you could see her on the camera, but now she's exploring today. Fun of a home practice, right? So as we breathe in, we're going to lift those arms up. And as you breathe out, forward folding, bend at the hip. Knees bent as much as you'd like to as you drop the crown of the head. Hands to thighs or shin. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, roll it up. Arms reach up. And we're going to go right back down. Breathing out. Hands will come to the heart center. Slice it down. Inhale to your flat back. Engage those legs and core. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll it up. Arms lift. Exhale, right back down. Drop the crown of the head. Inhale, nice and long spine. Exhale and fold. Breathe it in, rolling up, pushing down through the feet. Last one here. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And again, close the eyes. Breathing the breath. Check into how you're feeling. And then we're just going to add on. So blink the eyes open, bring the hands to the sides. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out, forward folding. Really push the hips back, drop the crown of the head. Inhale, flat back, engage the legs and belly. This time, bend the knees so you can bring the hands down. We're going to step back to our tabletop and then adjust however you'd like to here. Beautiful. I'm just going to adjust a little bit more on my mat so I'm more in the center. And then I'm going to walk my hands forward, and then I'm going to bring my shoulders on top of my wrists, and I'm coming into a nice long plank pose here. So inhale, exhale, push back to child's pose. Inhale, rolling forward into our nice long plank. Make sure you're not sinking or your booty's up too much, but we're just in a nice long line. Exhale, push it back to child's pose. Breathe it in, rippling forward to your plank. Belly in tight. Exhale, coming back. Inhale, coming forward. This time, we're going to lower ourselves all the way to the mat. And we're going to try to keep the elbows in by the sides and go as slowly as we can. And if you plop asana, that's okay. That's just a little spot for you to say, that is the place I'm going to work. Just move those just a little bit for me. And I'm bringing my hands off to the mat, and it's like I have little goalposts for arms here. Feet are hip width. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Squeeze your thighs so your knees lift, and then also press your hips into the mat. It's like I want to put a piece of paper underneath your belly. So we're really active here. And then we're going to flow by breathing in, lifting our head and our chest. Release your booty. Exhale, lower down. So you want the low back to do it, not the booty. Breathe in, little baby cobra. Breathing out. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you're going to bring your hands close to you, and you want your elbows to kiss your ribs as much as possible. And drop your head to the floor and keep your legs just how they were. So feet pressed, thighs squeezing so that the knees are lifted, pressing the hips, lifting the belly. Exhale. As you breathe in, lift the head and the chest again, but keep those elbows in. Exhale, lower down. Just 1 more. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and lower. And then you're just going to push yourself, your hips back to your heels, using those strong arms to child's pose. And we'll breathe here for 4 breaths. 4, 3. 4, 2. 1 more. And then come to your tabletop. Stack it up. Clip your wings. Pull that navel up nice and tall. Breathe in and drop the belly. Look up, open the heart through the forearms there. Or I should say humerus. Exhale and drop the, Brandi, just relax. And drop the crown of the head. And then come to nice neutral spine and walk the hands forward. And then shift forward into that plank. Breathing in. Breathing out, we're going to try to keep, again, those elbows in by the sides as we lower all the way down. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. Push your feet down, squeeze your thighs. Inhale to your baby cobra, release your booty. Exhale, lower down. Use your strong arms to push you all the way to child's pose. Now from here, look forward to your hands so you're not all the way back. Spread your fingertips. We're gonna lift up to curl our toes, and then upside down we go to our downward dog. And we'll breathe here for 4. And you want your chest going towards your thighs, your hips going to your sky. 2 more breaths, feet hip width, 4 more, toes forward. And then we'll walk our hands back to our feet. And really just let it go and ragdoll here. Shake that head. You can grab opposite arms or keep the arms long. And then in your next breath in, you'll roll it up, 1 vertebrae at a time, and then we'll walk to the top of our mat. Finding your mountain pose. Engaging the legs, pulling the belly, shoulder blades into your back pockets, finding your drishti. Spread those fingertips, breathing that ocean sounding breath. And then your next breath in, lift the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, and we're gonna step back to our tabletop. Drop the belly, inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round. Inhale, curl the toes. Exhale, downward dog. So we're still warming it up, and we have the pieces of Sun Sal, but we're just playing with them. And then drop the knees, shift forward into your plank. Inhale. On your next breath out, keep those elbows in. All the way down you go. Beautiful. Inhale. Coming into your baby cobra, try to kiss those ribs. Exhale, lower down. Push back, curl your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now as we come forward, we can come into our plank or knee plank, whatever works best. Okay, and now we're gonna come all the way down. So if you're in plank, shift forward, lower all the way down. And we tuck everything, push those feet down, breathe into your baby cobra. Breathe out. Curl the toes, you can push to table or to plank, and then we all come to down dog. And breathe. So we're gonna do that again. So knee plank or push-up plank, you get to pick. Deep breath into the nose, exhale through the mouth. So breathe it in, coming forward to the plank of your choice. Exhale, lowering all the way down with control. Breathing into your baby cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Push to table or plank. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. And now we're going to walk the feet to the hands. So taking your time, little tiny steps. Little tiny steps. And there usually comes to a point where I have to lift up onto my fingertips or a block so that I can come all the way forward. Bend those knees, drop the crown of the head. And if you have blocks, this is a good time to grab them. And we're going to warm up those hips a little bit. So I'm going to move my hands to my blocks. And they're still, shoulder width. So we don't want the blocks way out here or way in here. And we're going to step, doesn't matter, we'll do both sides, step a leg back. We're coming into a nice little lunge. I'm just going to bring my blocks back so that they're in alignment with my foot, and then my shoulders and my wrists are stacked. And then drop the back knee. and hanging out here. And breathing in and out. Low crescent. Then we're going to curl the back toes. Lift back up to your high lunger's lunge and look at your back toes and drop your heel down. And then lift back up onto your tippy toes. Drop the heel down on a little 45-degree angle. Lift up, drop it to a 45, and lift up. And if it doesn't come down, that's okay. This is a practice for warrior one. And lift up. Now you're going to take that back foot. You kind of get in some momentum here. A little rock and roll so that you can push that foot up to meet the other knees bent. Then we'll take that opposite foot back and then come down onto the knee. Low crescent lunge here. And you might have to move the blocks higher from one side to the other. That's okay. You might have two blocks stacked, and that's awesome too. We all have different lengths of arms and legs, so sometimes they're, not as best proportion to do something like be here and reach the floor. So blocks are tools to make this feel very good for you and get the most out of it. Curl your back toe and lift up to low runners. Look at your toes back there, and then drop your heel to a 45-degree angle and lift up. Drop it and lift. Remember, the heel doesn't have to come all the way down. We're just practicing the motion for warrior one. One more time. Lift up. So now you're rocking forward and back. And when you feel like you're ready, you'll step forward. And then take these blocks a little bit forward for you and step back into plank. Knees can be push-up plank or knee plank. So you pick. I'm going to come into knee plank. Breathe in. I'm going to shift forward a little. Bring my elbows here. And now drop my hips and come into a little mini cobra. Ooh, I got to release my glutes. And I'm coming all the way down. And then push back into child's pose. And we'll do that again. This is just building some traditional chaturanga strength. So I'm going to be in tabletop. You can be in tabletop, knee plank, or full plank. I'm going to do it from tabletop this time. So I'm shifting forward, elbows in. Now if I'm in tabletop, then I got to scooch my knees back so I can bring my hips down. Lift my heart. Beautiful. Drop it down. And then push back. Child's pose. Two more so that you can play with the different variations and find what works best for you to practice these little halfway down chaturanga arms. So finding the plank that works best for you. I'm in knee plank this time. I'm going to shift forward. Keep those elbows in. They're kissing my ribs. I drop my hips and I lift up. Or it's like I also peel down and lift up at the same time. And lower down and then push back. One more time, and you can even try without blocks. So this time I'm going to do without blocks. Coming into your plank, so find your plank. Shift forward, elbows to the sides, lower down, just the halfway. Then drop the belly, coming into your cobra, lower down. Coming into child's pose, and breathe for 4. For 3. For 2. One more time. And then coming back to a table. And walk your hands forward a little bit. Curl your toes, coming into down dog. Then again, we're going to walk the feet to the hands. So taking your time. Walking those feet up there. Blocks, fingertips. And then knees nice and bent. Forward fold. Give it a shake. And then we'll inhale, roll it all the way up. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. So Sun A. Now we're going to flow a little bit more, and we're going to start to include the step forwards. So this is where blocks may become really handy, and I'm going to use them the first couple rounds, so you can use them with me if you'd like. So drop the arms, breathe in, arms lift, look up, breathe out, hips back, bend the knees, forward fold, drop the crown of the head. Breathe in, halfway lift. I'm going to grab my blocks, and I'm going to step back to the plank that I want to do. I'm also going to teach up dog this round. So as we breathe in, we're coming forward. Exhale, coming halfway down, and then I can flip my feet, keep my hips lifted into down dog, or lower those hips for cobra. Lift to table or to plank. Flip your toes, down dog. So step forward. This is where this is going to start to come into play. So pick a leg, and you're going to step it halfway up and then back. And then we'll do the opposite leg. Halfway up and back. Switch legs again. Can I come a little more forward this time and back? And then the opposite one. And now we're going to add that on so we can have a little trickery here. So lift the leg up, take your heel to your glute. As you bring your knee into your chest, shift forward, keep your hips lifted, and then see how far your foot comes. And then push it back to down dog. Opposite side, lift the leg, heel to glute, knee to chest. You're coming forward with that knee up, and then step that foot down. And then come back. One more on each side, little practice. So lift, heel to glute, knee to chest, and step. Beautiful. Send it back. One more time, little practice. Heel to glute, knee to chest, step, and come back. Breathe. So I like to practice stepping one side and then the other. I don't like to focus on just one side. It just helps become more balanced, even when it's really hard on one side. That's why these blocks are really handy. So you're going to pick whatever foot you want to start with, but remember, then you have to do the next foot the other side. So inhale, lift. So there's probably one side you didn't like. Do that other side to start if you want. Step. So woo, we're in that low letters lunge, little rocks, yeah, all the way, and then drop. Roll it up. Lift the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do it again. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, halfway. Hands to blocks. We're going to step back to our plank that we like. Okay. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale all the way or halfway down. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing in and out. Make sure your feet are parallel. Feet, toesies facing forward. The opposite leg now. Breathe it in. Heel to glute. Knee to chest. Keep those hips lifted. Pull, pull, pull as you step forward. And then we shift forward and back. And then we lift all the way up and fold. And then we'll curl up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So you can keep the blocks or you can get rid of them. We're going to do two more Sun A's. So we can do each side, okay? And then we'll move on to teach Warrior 1, and then we'll see where we're at on time there. So breathe in, lift those arms up. Breathe out, push the hips, bend the knees, drop the crown of the head. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bend the knees, hands come down, step to your plank, hold, breathe. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, all the way or halfway down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. So From cobra, remember, we just push to table or plank to down dog. Just take what works best for you. All right, here we go. Pick a leg. Inhale, lift that leg up. Heel to glute, knee to chest. Keep everything lifted to help you step forward. And then a little momentum, other foot. Breathe in, breathe out and fold. Roll it up, arms lift. Exhale, here we go, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna step to our plank of our choice. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, downward dog or cobra, or up dog, excuse me. Exhale, now down dog. Up dog, down dog. Blah, blah, blah. Other side of leg. Inhale, lift it up. Heel to glute, knee to chest. Momentum helps you get up there a little bit. Step it forward. Exhale, fold. Roll it up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And shake it up. Whew. All right, let's break down warrior one here. So hands to the hips. And you're just gonna take a foot and step it way back and keep your high heel on. And you're on a railroad track here, okay? Now that back heel, we drop it down to that 45-degree angle. My hips shifted to you. Now I'm gonna shift them to face the top of my mat. I'm just gonna bend my knee and lengthen my knee here. So that back heel's on a 45, hips square, hands on hips, breathing. Now this next one, as we bend our knee, we're gonna hold it there. I want you to see just your big toe if possible. Then push into the blade side, your pinky toe edge of your back foot here. And I just shifted a little bit, so I have to keep pulling, keep pushing to the baby toe side. Maybe lift your arms. Warrior one, here we are. Bring the hands to your hips and just step that back leg forward. Give it a little shake. You did great. So now we'll just do the opposite side. So first we step back, keep the high heel on, so heels lifted. And now we drop the back heel to the 45. Most likely the hips, shoulders shifted. Come back to center. Push through the baby toe side. Lengthen and bend. Lengthen and bend. On this one, we'll hold it down. You can see your big toe. Keep pressing through that baby toe side of your foot. Keep pulling everything square. Maybe lift the arms. Warrior one. Remember, you're on railroad tracks. You're not a supermodel here. Beautiful. Bring your hands back to your hips and step forward. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to add the warrior one. But then if you want to practice and practice, you'll pause the video and then practice on your own, okay? I'm going to recommend blocks for this rodeo, all right? All right, so get yourself all feeling good here. And then find your mountain pose. Engage those legs, pull the belly, shoulder blades into the back pocket. Where's your drishti? Lock on. Breathe in, lift the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale, halfway lift. I'm taking my blocks here, and I'm gonna step back to the plank pose of my choice. Breathe in, shift forward. Breathe out, halfway or all the way down. Breathe in, up dog or cobra. Breathe out, table, and then to dog or just right to dog. And breathe and hold. Now I like to walk my feet together. Breathe in, lift one leg straight up, and we use that same little step through. So heel to glute, knee to chest to step forward, back leg, drop it on your 45. And then take your time, lift up, warrior one. Breathe in, breathe out, you're dropping. Lift your back heel up onto a high heel, step back into your plank. Okay, shift forward. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, table to dog or flip and all the way to dog. Bring your feet, big toes together. Opposite side, breathe in, heel to glute, knee to chest, to step forward, back foot, 45. Square your hips, take your time to lift up into warrior one. Can you see your big toe? Press through the baby toe side. We're coming all the way down. This time we'll just step forward. So onto your high heel, use some momentum, step forward and fold. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in, arms lift. Breathe out to fold. Hands to thighs or shin. Inhale, flat back. Find your blocks if you'd like. Step back to your plank. Inhale, shift. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, pick a leg, lift it up, heel to glute, knee to chest, step forward, drop the back heel. When you're ready, hips are square, lift up, press to that back pinky toe side, bend that front knee so just you can see your big toe. Breathe in, breathe out, arms come down, put on your high heel, step back, and flow. Vinyasa, so halfway or all the way. Inhale, exhaling, breathe the breath. Opposite leg, so breathe it in, heel to glute, knee to chest, step, 45 that back foot, square, left, baby pinky toe side, check out that big toe. You're doing awesome, and guess what? You're gonna lift onto your high heel, and you're just gonna step forward. Exhale, hands to heart, close the eyes, and breathe. And notice what you notice. Maybe some sweat on the skin, heart beating fast. You're breathing. Can you come back to your Ujjayi Pranayama? And then blink the eyes open and release. And we're going to come down to tabletop. So just from here, I'm going to take my time to do so. However you come to tabletop is beautiful, okay? I'm going to just move these guys out of my way. And as I come to tabletop, I'm going to push my hips back, come to one side so that I can be on my booty. All right, you're going to lengthen your legs up, but knees are bent. So figure four, we can cross at the ankles and open the knee. We can cross on the shin, open the knee, although that might feel like not great. What we're working for is crossing the ankle over the opposite knee and opening up so it's like you're having a seat, okay? And then you can walk the heel forward, closer or further away to what works. So that's option one. Option two, I'm actually going to come back to tabletop. So now if you want to do figure four, just hang out. We'll get there in a second. If you want to do pigeon pose, so from tabletop to down dog, and then bring one knee towards that same wrist, and my shin, let me come this way, is kind of like on a little angle here, and then I push my opposite leg straight back. So then I'll flip again so you can see that. Pigeon pose. So pick what you'd like to do. Figure four or pigeon pose. And we're going to come into our first side, hold it for about 30 seconds, and then we'll switch. Okay? So pigeon or figure four, whatever feels best. Inhale and exhale. So if you're in pigeon, you can stay up. You can also come to your forearms or even the floor. And I'm just shifting to figure four. Flex your feet, the foot that's where your knees bent, flex that foot, no matter if you're in pigeon or figure four. And you don't want this to hurt. So if it's hurting, then we kind of need to back off a little bit. And then we're just going to switch sides. So for figure four, we might have one hip that's more flexible than the other, and we really have to honor that. And the same with pigeon, and I'm just going to come in a different way here, but you can still come in from downward dog. So from pigeon, knowing that maybe you went down on the other side, but you can't on this side. And that is totally okay, because our bodies were just not the same from right to left. And yoga is our way where we get to, one, figure that out, two, honor it, and three, work towards some balance. Just a couple more deep breaths here. And then you can release. And you're going to sit up tall. And I'm going to face you. You can face me if you want. And we're going to come to wide leg forward fold. So our legs come to form a slice of pie. Now, it's not about how big your slice of pie is or if you pancake, okay? It's about keeping, and I'm going to turn here to the side, it's about keeping your spine long, okay? So spine long, and then the second thing is toes flex and toes up to the sky. So if they start to roll in one way or the other, then I know I need to either back out or decrease the slice of my pie. Knees always bent as much as you need. You can even set up on a block or a pillow. See if that helps too. So we're breathing in. Nice long spine here. And as we breathe out, we just walk forward, spine long until we say, oh, that feels good, and hold and breathe. We hold and breathe until, maybe on an exhale, I'm going to see if I can come down a little bit more. But we're keeping that back nice and long. Knees bent as much as you need, or you can even start to lengthen them. There's so many choices. You got to pick what works best for you. That's what I love about yoga, is it's really, really empowering if you can let your ego go. Like your ego says, well, I want a pancake. And I say no, and your body says no. So, maybe take that little voice and just flick it out of your head for a little bit. Just a couple more breaths here. And then you'll come up, sit comfortably, however you like to sit. And you'll just take a gentle twist to one side. Coming back to center, and gentle twist to the other side. Coming back to center. And if you'd like, 3 breaths with essential oils. We'll be right here. You can still do the breaths anyway if you don't have oils. So 3 deep breaths. Breathing in. Hold and breathe out through the mouth. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. Breathing in. Hold. Breathe out. And last one, breathing in. Bringing the hands to the heart center, close the eyes, if that feels okay for you. And just notice what shifted. How do you feel? And then just for a few moments, try not to think about anything at all. And if thought pops in, they're cool. But then try to just go back to nothing. Nodding your chin down. Finding reverence for yourself and your practice today, for how amazing you are. And then bowing in reverence to everybody in our community, everybody doing this practice across the world. Metta my friends, thank you so much. And I hope you really enjoyed practice today. And I'll see you next time.